Editing. Today we'll be meeting with Lois Stacey. Lois is the acting president of the Augusta Outdoors Chapter of the Audubon Society. And today she's going to talk to us about the birds of this area, about understanding how to identify birds, and the great places around the CFRA to identify and watch birds. So stick around. I'm sure you'll enjoy this segment.
How did you get started birding? Where did it come from? Your childhood?
Well, we were big into nature when I was a child. That's how I kind of got started in the whole nature thing. All of the Mutual of Omaha and National Geographic TV shows. And then a few years ago, I bought a house and started gardening in it and found gardening for wildlife. And all of a sudden, I've got birds coming into my yard, and I start trying to identify them. And the more I did, the more birds I had, and the fewer birds I could identify. And I'm kind of anal about that sort of thing, so I started reading some books, and one of them said, if you really want to learn how to bird, go out with expert birders. And I found out we had a local Audubon Society and started going out with them and just became obsessed with it and found my niche, and I've been doing it for the last 10 years.
So if somebody were to say to you, look, I have never done this before, how do I begin? I mean, how do you start doing that? And of course, you want to join a bird club and start going with the people that know. But what do you need to go birding?
If you're interested in the birds, the only thing you need to start birding is a pair of binoculars and a field guide. There are some online field guides. You can just go, Cornell has some things. You can go to the bookstore. I think some of the local libraries may even have some you could check out. Get a field guide, sit down, and you don't have to study it. Flip through the pages, kind of get a feel. If you're just starting, I would suggest you get an Eastern field guide or a local field guide, because then you don't have to worry about okay, I think it's this bird, but wait a minute, that bird's not found here. So it limits you to what you really might be seeing instead of the exotic stuff you probably won't. And just watch the birds. Sit down. If a bird comes to your feeder, look at the bird, look at the shape, look at the color. Is the beak large or small? Is it pointed or is it a cone? Is it really long, really short? Just the overall size of the bird compared to your feeder. It's a little hard to judge sometimes. Get all the details you can in your mind, or write them down is even better. Then go to your field guide and try to find the bird in your field guide. And if you've got all that written down, you can usually figure out what it is. If you're not sure, we have a Facebook page. If Aiken Audubon has a Facebook page, and you can always post it to our Facebook page and say, what is it? And we'd be happy to help you. You can come out on our field trips. Our field trips are free and open to the public, and our other field trip leader is a former teacher. So she loves having new people and teaching them the birds.
Where are some of the places that you go here in the CSRA? Where are some of the places that you would say that, okay, we do this on a regular basis? I noticed on your website there's quite a few different locations, and we're in one right now. Would you tell me a little bit about the places that you all go to bird?
Some of the best places to go birding around the CSRA, especially if you're a beginner and you're not sure, here at Finney's Swamp Nature Park is a wonderful place to bird. You can bird just the little boardwalk area here if you'd like, or there's a whole trail system that you can spend all day out here. Another really good place to go birding is the Silver Bluff Audubon Center, which is over near Jackson, South Carolina. And he also has trails out there. He's got some ponds, and you can walk around the ponds during the week. There's Reed Creek Park out in Columbia County, which is very good for migrants and that sort of thing. Some young birders in the area have recently been birding Pendleton King Park, and it's turning out to be a very good place to bird.
Tell me about some of the rare finds that you've experienced, the things that have been really, things that have stood out in your mind that you've had happen over the years when it comes to birding.
I think probably the best birding moment I ever had was actually not in the CSRA. Some friends and I went to the Grand Canyon this year, and we're standing there, and a California condor sailed over our heads just right there. That was probably the best birding moment ever. But we used to come out here. Finney's Swamp has different walks, and I would help lead dawn walks. We'd start about 5 and we'd finish up just at sunrise. And there used to be over several million red-winged blackbirds out here for the winter. And as the sun starts to come up, they would rise up out of the marshes in groups. And one morning it was very foggy, so they didn't go up very far. And we basically were standing there, and we were completely surrounded by this just mass of birds coming up out of the marsh. It was really, really nice, really fun. Bald eagles over at Silver Bluff, they nest at Silver Bluff. And, you know, we were walking up the trail one day and just happened to be under the nest and didn't realize it. And suddenly there's a bald eagle flying 10 feet over your head because he's not real happy about where you are. And you just watch him fly across. It's just totally awesome.
If you like what you see, please subscribe to us on our YouTube channel at Augusta Outdoors. Weekly, we'll have a new outdoor segment, and you'll be the first to know. Thanks for watching.